Hello, Sys Vlogs here again. You can probably tell from how I'm standing here, this is actually something a little bit different. It's not the usual Minecraft or other games, 2 guys, 1 bucket, etc. And it's not your standard vlogs, which are done sort of over there, just where you can't see. You may well recognise this in the background of some of my vlogs. This is actually a power rack. And the whole point of its existence is actually a safety device for weightlifting. What these videos are is actually, I've not so worked out for a while. I used to work out quite a lot, then I couldn't. Neck problems that, to be honest, nobody's quite figured out what they are yet. But I can't say work out these days. And, well, I also like food. To put it simply, what can I say? It tastes nice. Downside of that, not being able to work out for a while, having a partner for a while, liking food, well, yeah, put a whole load of weight on. So, the whole point of these videos is actually just to sort of show you what workout I'm doing, also just so you can follow along. I mean, if you've probably not got this, quite frankly. If you've got this in your house, I'm impressed, but I doubt you have. You can pick one of these up for a few £100. But they are worth it because they're pretty damn solid. If not, go to a decent gym. A decent gym will have some safety devices, or it will have somebody who can spot you. You know, as long as it's somewhere that's got sort of free weights. Don't go for something that's got like a Smith machine where it just is a straight running down the rail or anything like that. You don't want that. So I'm going to show you a workout. I'm going to sort of do a few of these a week. Probably, when I do my workouts. I've got to work out 3 times a week, basically. I may record them 3 times a week, I may not. Take your pick, whatever happens. And I'll also show you some of the stuff I'm actually going to be eating. Now, I'm not an expert on working out and eating, but I do know a fair bit about it. It doesn't look like it, considering that I've got a big fat face and a belly sort of the size of a planet at the moment. But I do. Yeah, you might believe me later on in the series. What we're going to be doing, though, is I'm going to be doing strong list 5x5. Now, it's going to be a variation on it, because the one I used to do is one of the older sets of strong list 5x5, which has a few other exercises in it, supplementary things such as push-ups, planks, reverse crunches, so try and help the core, chest, and abs a bit more. But a lot of people were basically not doing them when they were doing strong list 5x5, or they were doing them and not the main exercises. So now the workout is just the main exercises, and one of the main exercises has actually been changed around. So I'm going to be doing the new one, which actually has, and I'll just wander across camera. There we go. So the microphone's here, so so there's actually an app for it now. It's good to record what you're doing, your times, etc. Anyway. The apps for the new one doesn't cover the additional exercise, but I'll be doing the additional exercises anyway. Now, strong list 5x5 is a strength workout. It's not a bodybuilder's workout. So if you want arms, they're sort of, about sort of 10 foot wide or stuff like that, that's not for this. Because there are basically 2 types of muscle growth. You've got the ones that give you strength, which is actually a build-up of muscle fibres. And then you've got the ones that give you the big pumped bodybuilder look. And that's basically a fluid that sort of fills up inside your muscles, gives it a pump look. You can do sort of hybrids, bit of both, and you'll sort of get one and a bit of the other. Or you could do a totally strength, or you can do totally bodybuilder. Take your pick. So this is more strength. But you will still gain size. The pure fact is that the more you're lifting, the more muscle you need to be able to do it, therefore the bigger they will get. But they will be denser than bodybuilder muscles. So whatever look you're going for, or if you want strength. And quite frankly, I like strength, and I'm not really into looking enormously huge. In fact, my stomach is already big enough as it is at the moment. So run through what we're going to do. Now, if you do have one of these, this is, as I said, totally for safety. Over here we've got a Olympic barbell. That's a 7 foot, 20 kilo bar. And a bunch of free plates down there, and that's what we're going to be doing all these workouts with. And with this view here, you can get some nice sort of side views. And this will sound slightly odd because the microphone's over there and the camera's looking over there. But this is just to give you sort of a side view of some of the stuff that's going on. So the main thing we're going to be doing is we'll do the squat, this workout. Now you do squat every workout, so that's 3 times a week. Main thing is to get your squat up, big tough core, strong legs, strong back. This workout will also be doing the bench press, which is the exercise everybody loves and work out to the exclusion of everything else. Yeah, we're not excluding everything else in this one. And also, it used to be reverse row, I think is off the top of my head. And basically you had to lie on your back, grab a bar and pull yourself up to it. That's now been switched out with bent over row. Bent over row is basically, well, I'll show it later. I'll move the cameras around because they're not in the best position for a bent over row, but I will show you then. If you are going to have home equipment, get a solid bench. That bench is rated to hold about 800 pounds, which is 350-ish kilos, something like that. Which is, it's a fair amount. You know, get something solid. You get something cheap, it'll fall over and kill you. So don't. Also, when working out, I personally tend to work out utterly naked. I'm not going to do that for the course of these videos, obviously, not if I want to keep my YouTube account for starters. But it is a good idea if you are going to work out and clothes on, just get some old thing. So I've got like an old t-shirt there. Now you might want to look away now because I'm going to swap out for that t-shirt. And I'm also going to show you just what we're dealing with here and give you an idea of the current numbers of weight and body fat percentages. Do track your body fat percentages. A fairly decent way, if you've got a set of scales that can do body fat, get one of those. They're not as accurate as a full body test, but they do the job. So they might be out by a few percent, but they're always out by a few percent with the same sort of guidelines. So anyway, look away now if you don't want to see. And before you write in the comments, I know I'm fat. If you want to insult me on it, I don't care. If I was that bothered, do you think I would be putting this on the internet? Not really. Look away now. Right then. I hope you're not looked back yet because the stomach's out. For those who haven't looked away, this is what I'm dealing with here. So as you can see, it's not the best ever. You know, bit of man boobs going on there. Definitely too much fat there. There's still muscle for when I used to work out. I mean, if you tense things, you can probably see that. So it is still there. And, well, there's nothing in the arms really anymore. So, as it says, old t-shirt or something. So we'll put that on. Alright, anybody who's looking away, you can look back now. So when I said old t-shirt, there really is an old t-shirt. Massive holes in the armpits and holes everywhere. It's literally just for working out. You're here to work out. You're not here to look good. You can look good later. You can go out and strut yourself along the beach or nightclubs or whatever. Fine. But at the moment, we're here to work out. So that's what we're doing. Right now. So as I said, first exercise, squat. Now, a strong list 5x5, you do start only with the bar for squats. Doesn't seem like much, but you will be increasing the weight every workout that you pull it off, so it will get pretty heavy pretty quick. So, you want a good decent grip. Get it in position, just down your back onto your shoulders. And I'm still working on my form, obviously, at the moment, because as I've been out of this for a while. But once you're in position, get it out. Legs nicely spaced. Okay, now we're going to do 5 sets of 5. So we're going as low as we can and try to keep our back straight and look forward. So, let's see, we'll get the decent side view going on there as well, just in case I switch out. Okay, so squatting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back on the bar. So we've got 5 reps, obviously just the bar. Most people can do 5 reps for that. Now we have 90-second wait, because that was quite easy. With strength workouts, 90 seconds is fine if, well, as I was saying, if you bought the download the app, you'll see what's written in here as well. If it's a bit tough and you really struggle to get through that one, leave it for 3 minutes. But I do recommend this app. It's the official one for it. Strongest 5x5. You can get it on the iOS and Android, which is obviously most phones these days. If you're on Windows Mobile, I don't think there is one, but You can go to the website, download the spreadsheets, do it by hand, put a time on your phone, whatever. Back under again, in position and lift, and we'll go for another set of 5. There you go, and that's the second set. If you are going to work out as well, lifting weights, a lot of people put trainers on. Now, trainers are designed for running, so they've got a nice sort of squishy sole that compresses. If you're lifting weights, you do not want a squishy sole. The best thing is sort of really flat, solid soles on them. It's difficult talking work at the same time. Converses, strangely enough, are quite good. But I don't have them, I work out barefoot. You get slightly less grip barefoot, but you still get more stability and balance than you would with a pair of trainers. Don't work out in socks. You work out in socks, you'll fall over, almost guaranteed. Next set coming up. When doing squats, think that you're, imagine like you're going to sit on the toilet, kind of down and back. Don't arch your back forward, keep it straight, look straight ahead, and that way you'll keep yourself quite stable. Try and keep over your heels, so your knees go forward, bum goes back a bit, but as long as you sort of keep the bar in a straight line above your feet, should be fine. So without too much back curving that. Legs fairly well spaced apart, sort of shoulderish width. Not too close. If your knees are sort of buckling in, you're doing it wrong. Don't do that. And, well, another important part with breathing. It's when you're going down, it's a good idea to breathe in. And then when you push out, breathe out. Some people recommend holding, some people don't. Holding gives you extra bracing, but it does also increase your blood pressure, and in some cases can, well, make you faint if you overdo it too much. So be a little careful with that. So with the weights we're doing at the moment anyway, breathe in on the way down, out on the push. That's fine. Right, we're coming up to set number 4. And this little app here gives you a lovely little ding. How's that for timing? So it makes it a little easier. Also, at the bottom of the squat, you want to try and get your, if this is your knee and that's your hip, and you're coming down like that, you want to get to at least there, preferably beyond. It's a bit tricky if you've got a gut in the way, but get down there, get really ass to grass, as I like to call it. I can't get all the way down, so I'm almost sitting on the ground. Some people can though. It's more sort of a flexibility thing. So it's going to be final set of squats coming up, and then after that, we'll be doing bench. Alright, final set of squats. So that's 5 sets of squats. That's your main exercise. You will be doing that 3 times a week. It says you add on, I think it's 5 kilos a time off the top of my head. Disregard that. 2.5 kilos a time. So this is your Monday workout. 2.5 kilos extra Wednesday. Another 2.5 kilos Friday. Another 2.5 kilos Monday. And you keep going up like that. The weight will go up pretty damn quick. Why are we starting so low? Technique. If you go ahead and go, I can lift sort of, 100 kilos, so you put it on the bar and you have really lousy technique, you will hurt yourself seriously in no time. Same as if you're doing squats, don't put the bar on your neck. Not if you want to keep an intact spine. So I'm going to get everything set up for the bench now. Right, bench is in place, as you can see. And again, with this one, we're starting off with just a bar, and it's 5x5. So just watch a couple of the sets. So on the bench, and you want to get yourself under the bar. So I've got it on these side runners here, along there. And there again, that's for safety. And when you're under there, you want to get a bit of an arch under your back a little bit, rather than being flat. Some people recommend flat, some people recommend arch. We're going for arch with this one, only a little arch. You can get that by pulling your legs out to the side and back a bit on the bench. That is meant to put less strain on your shoulders, basically. And then your width of your grip, it's sort of personal preference. Some people like really quite narrow, some people like really, really wide. I'm sort of a mid-ish point, as I will demonstrate. And like the little finger to be just on the line with these. We're going to do 5x5. So, as you can see there, initially it's about trying to get your technique right. Try and keep your left fairly stable, don't sort of wobble too much to the side. You'll probably find one arm stronger than the other, but try and keep it stable, not up and too much. Your nervous system will adapt pretty damn quick, so it won't be too long before you're able to hold that really very stable. That's probably more stable than most beginners will do, just because I have got some experience doing it, but it's not as stable as it can be. In coming workouts, you will see the increased stability. Now, you might notice the way we're doing the benches there, as I've got sort of mid grip. I put my pinky on where there's no grip, so that's just between the grips. That seems to be a reasonable width for me. And also, you'll see I do touch the chest with it. Some people are adamant, don't touch the chest, and it will stop like a millimetre off the chest. That millimetre means nothing. In fact, the extra millimetre you get a little bit more stretch, but by millimetre it's mostly pointless. What they originally meant by don't touch the chest is don't bounce it off the chest. Bouncing off the chest, wrong. Also, going up, we're going on a full lockout on the way we're doing it. Some people recommend don't doing a full lockout, some people do. We're doing these ones in a full lockout. So it comes down to choice, really. Some people prefer one, some people prefer another. So at this point, we've got another 30 seconds for the next set. So we'll get Pag in a position for that one shortly and get on with the next one. Also, when doing your reps, try and keep them controlled as well. Don't like that with them. You want to keep a nice, smooth, controlled motion. As mentioned earlier, also don't use things like Smith machines, etc., because that's aiding you and you will become strong in a certain way. But if you then try and use strength in the real world, you discover that a lot of your stabilizer muscles are weak as hell. And you could also cause yourself an injury like that. If you're sort of half strong, half weak, you can imagine what that might do if you moved in a certain way. It would just rip itself to shreds. You don't want that. Right, well, we're going to get the 2 ones of this over with now. And then after that, we'll be doing the bent over rows. That's the one. Right, set 4 done. Final set coming up. Right, there we go then. So that's the 5x5 on the squat and the 5x5 on the bench. The final main exercise, if you're just following the new app, is the barbell row, or the bent over row, if you wish to call it. So I'm probably going to have to shuffle the cameras around for this one, so bear with me a moment. Right then, so now we're doing the barbell row, which as you can see just down there is a 20 kilo bar. We've got a 5 plate on one side and a 5 plate on the other side. I haven't got any colours on there pretty much because at the moment, well, they're the colours that I use, and they're spin locks and they weigh about 2.5 kilos a piece, so not really practical at the moment. But just a little bit of weight, it's fine. In fact, technically you could do an awful lot of weight on a deadlift, the barbell row, without actually putting any locks on the end, as long as you're stable. Otherwise it'll fall off. I haven't done this particular manoeuvre before. Manoeuvre? Yeah, manoeuvre. So if my technique is off, don't be surprised. You've got to go down in a sort of squatted position. You just demonstrate as if you were going down to do a deadlift. Annoyingly, this is a little close to the ground because the place is quite small. You could prop it up on some magazines or something when you're at this point until you've got bigger plates on it, so it's further off the ground. This is a recommended starting weight in the Strongless 5x5. So we're going to attempt to do 5x5 and, if possible, keep a straight back because a curved back's not good. So I shall do my best on this one, but it's tricky when the stomach's in the way. But we'll see. So, here we go. Alright, well, I really felt that one. Certain muscles are a bit tight in places, such as back of the leg there, and about a bit in the back. The precise second I don't know exactly how straight my back was. I shall look at it back on the video afterwards. Probably found it was atrocious. So at this point I know as much as you. Actually, no, I know less than you because you've actually just watched what's happened. Right, set number 2. If you do happen to get the app for the phone, it does also have videos of the techniques for doing the different workouts. So if you're not quite sure, it's got them in there. Might also be, if you can, worth filming yourself just so you can look at it afterwards and see how you're doing. I've got 3 more of those, so we'll try and fly through those. Right, set number 3. Let's try and get a bit better form this time. Yeah, definitely need to work at that one. It's not really an exercise that I've done before. I have done bent over rows, but that's with the aid of a bench. Freestanding ones, no. But that does give you an idea that when you start out, your form will probably be a bit shocking. So you saw my other form, not too bad, even though I've done it well. Form of that, I can pretty much tell without even watching it back that it was probably a bit piss poor. 2 more of that. Then we've got the assistance exercises afterwards. You should mention, as well as doing the workout, if you don't have your diet correct, a lot of this is a waste of time. So if you do this and then to celebrate, you're going to have a big blowout at McDonald's, it's not going to do much for you. I will show you in another video the sort of stuff that I'm eating. I'm probably not eating enough just because I'm trying to strip off fat, but I'm not eating so little that all the muscle disappears. But cover that in another video. Four down, 1 to go. Set 5. If you're just in the modern strongless 5x5, that's where you stop. There's a couple of additional. You could do pull-ups, chin-ups, alternate workouts. As I said, I'm doing a hybrid in one of the older versions as well. So there's a couple more supplementary exercises. Assistance exercises, I think they call them effectively on the website. You don't have to do them because the main stuff is what you're concentrating on, but I'm choosing to do them. So if you want to just leave it there, fine, you can go off now. Otherwise, if you want to get a bit of a glimpse of the last couple of things of this exercise set, we'll just jump into them now. Right, so the final couple of things we're going to do in this exercise is we're going to do push-ups, and that's 3 sets to failure, which currently with me is about 2 or 3 reps. And then we're doing some reverse crunches, which is attempting to do 3 sets of 12. Both of those are going to be a nice floor exercise down there. So let's get this over with, and then we can actually do some stretches and then relax. Yeah, I should probably mention, don't stretch before these exercises. Your warm-up should actually be working out with the bar. And say you're lifting 100 kilos, you should do the bar, then you do a little bit more weight, and build your way up to the 100, and then do your sets. Don't do stretches. They actually decrease your strength if you stretch first, and if you stretch cold, you can also injure yourself. So warm up by doing the actual movements you're going to do. So squats, like that one, bench, do the actual movements, get it warm that way with a light bar. Right, push-ups. Told you I couldn't do many. Right, 90-second rest. These things are utterly knackering. But they'll improve quickly too, so it's fine. There we go, so that's 3 sets of about 4 or 5. So you can obviously write the numbers down if you want. I would recommend it, so you sort of know how you do compared to the previous times. Final thing, some reverse crunches. Set 1, 7. Two done. Right, final set. And we're done. Just got stretches left. Right then, so that's the workout over. Now at this point you can do stretches. There's not any sort of recommended ones, but there's a set that I've always done that I've found to be quite useful. So I'm just going to run through them now. So arm over, behind the head, push your shoulder back, stomach hanging out, and hold it for a count of 20. Same with the other side. Stretch forward. When you do those, you really should be feeling a pull across your back. Same, this one. Feel across your chest and you pull your shoulder blades right together. There's a variation of that one, and that's putting your arm like that, doing them one at a time. Which probably gives you slightly more stretch. But either one's fine. So next one, you want to press yourself against the wall and you're going to stretch one leg at a time, like so. Then you want to stretch your leg the other way by pulling it up behind you. And the other one. And then the final one for the legs, you want to put your leg up on a bar or something, such as like that. And then stretch. And the other one. I'd probably recommend you actually do that on a bench, because the bench is slightly lower than I've got these set. That's a little too high for that. But I've just done that so you can actually see. Bench, a little bit less, a little bit more comfortable as well, because the edges of this are a bit tough. But there you go. So that's the first strong list 5x5 workout. Just a reminder, this is a series sort of for you and for me. So if I didn't mention it earlier, which I might have, if not, let's reiterate. At the moment, current weight and current body fat percentage, and let's see if we can get that body fat percentage down. And if any of you out there are actually working out as well, whether you're doing it home equipment like this, or at a gym, or you're just sort of lifting the edge of your sofa, whatever you're doing to work out, going for a run or whatever, let me know. You know, tell me how you go. Any results, if it improves, if you get worse. Nutrition things, which, as I say, I'll cover nutrition of what I'm going to be eating in a future episode. And, well, I hope you found that interesting. If you didn't find it interesting, I'm still doing all the other videos. If you did find it interesting, I'll see you again. So, as per usual, thanks for watching and bye-bye.